Hello? You guys, stop. Is it Mom o'clock yet? I am going crazy.
Heck yeah. It's Mom o'clock somewhere.
You doing a cheer?
Spirit Finger! 1, 2, 3, 4. Who do we appreciate more? Fathers!
Sit your ass down.
1, 2, 3, 4. Who do we appreciate more? Fathers.
Oh, she still got it.
Ah!
No.
Ah!
Really? Did you know that I was a cheerleader also?
Don't even try to play with me today. I'm not in the mood. Not in the mood for that.
Episode 9.
Wow!
It is Mom o'clock somewhere, and Summer is here today. Special episode because we have daddies in the house. Our daddies.
Why though?
Because it's Father's Day weekend, and we thought we'd switch it up with a little fun.
And in true chaotic fashion, we're flipping the script.
What are we doing?
I am going to be interviewing Emily's husband, Joe.
He's gonna.
Hell no. And Emily's going to be interviewing my husband, Michael.
So excited.
We're very excited. The boys are in the hot seat today. They're currently chugging espresso martinis. Nervous as hell.
Pre-game.
They should be.
Pre-gaming for the pod.
They're actually really excited.
No, they're cute.
They're handsome as ever.
Yeah.
But we figured we switch it up. It's Father's Day weekend.
Yeah.
We have to appreciate our founding fathers.
Which are our husbands, who are the father of our children.
Correct.
And we appreciate them. So we
Yes.
want them to be involved in our world.
Everything.
My husband thinks he's the celebrity today.
He is.
He is.
And my husband just is always, he does everything. So he's just always a celebrity. So anywho,
Just get it.
there's no rules.
The rules are there are no rules. That's
Yes.
my favorite way to be.
I love that.
I live my life that way.
Let's get started.
Okay.
Also, thank you for subscribing. We appreciate you.
Yeah, keep doing that. If you're
On
new
YouTube.
here.
If you're new here, hi, I'm your co-host.
So there might be new people because it was the last day of school and the moms
Are ready to listen.
The moms told the teachers at my son's school and the teachers are in. So hi teachers.
Hi, I'm your co-host, Dominique DeVizio.
And I am Emily D'Annunzio.
And it's Mama Talk somewhere. Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Joe.
I'm exiting the building and my husband is entering.
Also, we teed up last episode.
We were pumped
We were bumped up
for the boat.
for
But
Juicy Tits. We were having Juicy Tits on my dad's boat. We had a videographer. We were going to shoot content and just have the time of our lives. And what happened?
canceled.
Thunderstorms.
This
So-
rain has been terrible.
We had to cancel. We have to reschedule. We haven't yet, but we will do that. We're very excited for our Juicy Tits. And that's all I have to say. So can you go?
Yeah, bye.
Honey. Come on, honey.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
All right, so we're going to go. Then maybe.
Oh
My son has this new language. It's
yeah, you don't speak baby?
You do. Anywho, we have our first guest,
Yes, my husband.
Joseph D'Annunzio.
He's coming now.
He's ready. He's currently eyeing me down. So he's
Please.
excited.
You should behave yourselves.
Father of 3, under 5. We're excited to have him. You walk, bro. Please. I don't know if he's going to be able to fit in this room. Okay, ready, one?
She's a producer. Oh God, he's gonna let it rip, baby. Let it rip.
I'm so scared.
Her trigger words are vomit.
No, no. I'm already triggered. I'm sweating.
All right, gotta go.
Okay,
Bye.
love you. Good hug.
Good
You need it?
That was funny. Do you need it?
Welcome, my honey, my second honey.
Cup of chemistry.
What's up?
You actually look good in this hot seat.
Thank you.
Hi, Joseph.
Hi, Dee.
I've missed you.
Also known as Dominique.
I miss you so much.
What's going on?
Not much. I'm so happy to have you on Mama Claus.
First off, thanks for having me. Don't forget, guys, like, comment, subscribe. The Mom Clock.
Did you prepare him?
I don't need to, baby.
Well, thank you for saying that. I just forgot to say it. Fama, shoot. You want to go by Joe or Joe? Oh, right.
Joe.
All right, so you're going by Joe. We're not doing Joey.
Correct.
Okay.
Joey's my son.
It's facts.
That's how you separate each other.
Yes. Data free, 4, 3, and almost 2. I have to ask, how's your nervous system?
That's okay. I mean, look, our house is a circus 24/7.
Yeah, but you're
okay.
like so opposite of your wife. So when it's a circus, what is your feelings through your veins?
Depends on what's going on. Depends on what the situation is.
Uh-huh.
You know, I'm the one that lays the law down in the house, and
We know.
she's the one that, brings the chaos with them. So
Tell, because we forgot to mention our story of the week. I'll have your husband do it. Tell us what happened last night.
last night,
This portrays your relationship. God.
pretty much. But so last night, I went out with the guys. I got home late. Emily put all the kids to bed like she
Always does.
typically does.
Mhm.
And 1:30, I get into bed. 2:00, one of the kids gets up.
2 a.m.
Yes,
What time did you get home last night?
about 1.
Where were you?
We went out to the Metuchen Inn, and then we went to Haley's down the street.
So 1 a.m. you get in, 2 a.m. your kid wakes up. Kids.
Kid started with 1.
Okay. You're oldest.
This was the youngest,
Oh,
Rock.
Rocco Rock.
22-month-old.
Okay.
So puts him back to bed. Later on, around 4 a.m., both Vienna and Joey both get up. Currently, they're sharing a room because Joey wakes up Rocco.
And are you dead asleep and they come into your room?
I was a little drunk. So, yeah.
So were you scared or were you like, what the fuck?
No, I wasn't. I mean, I sleep like a rock. So
Okay,
but I do toss and turn. I started
It was-
tossing and turning, and I felt, a little person kicking me and on top of my head. So it went on for probably a good half hour or so. And around 4:30, I got up. I looked at him as she's tried to put them.
What was she doing?
She was snuggling Vienna.
Like, it's okay, baby. It's 2 a.m. getting bed.
Yeah, at this time it was 4. So
Even better.
she, she tried to put him back to bed once. They both freaked out. So she said, all right, just come into bed with us. Well, at this point, I'm trying to get some sleep after getting home at 1:30, a little bit drunk. And she decides that, we'll just snuggle in bed and whatnot.
Happy go lucky. It's fine.
And I get up at 4:30. I stand up and I tell the both of them.
All the 2 of them are in bed with you.
So it's Emily, Vienna, Joey, me. I stand up and I yell at the 2 of them. They both have beds. Get back in your bed. You're not sleeping with us. Right away, both kids get up, walk back to the room, and go right back to sleep.
No questions asked.
No questions asked.
I can't.
Meanwhile, she's been trying to put him back to bed for
Hours.
probably half hour, 45 minutes.
And you just stood up and said, get the fuck in bed. And they didn't say a peep and went to bed until they woke up at the rest.
Pretty much.
I can't.
I mean, Joey still got up by 6:30.
But that's your role in the house. Like, you are the,
Gestapo. I'm Gestapo Joe.
you are. And she just, but they listened to you.
Yeah.
The first time.
For the most part. Joey
You're,
tests my
you're a
patience
little,
a lot.
you're a little scary.
Someone's gotta be. They laugh at her when she yells.
You definitely laugh at her when she fucking yells. I laugh at her when she yells. I can't. That's crazy. I have too much anxiety to be up at 4 o'clock. I have another question for you though. What's something you thought you'd be good at as a dad? Because now it's been 5 years as you as a dad, but turned out to be like the complete opposite. You're not so good as a dad.
So this is a tough one because as I was
We're getting
growing up,
serious.
it's fine. Anything's available.
We're
Anything's open.
going at it right now.
I would say as I was growing up, I particularly, I always thought I'd have kids. I always thought I'd be a father.
A lot of kids you thought you would have?
I mean, me and Emily have been together since
Yeah.
we were children. So, we talked about it numerous times. She always wanted 5. I said 3. We had 2. I would have been okay with 2 because we had 1 of each. And then Rocco came and, he's been a blessing, but I think
We're done.
we're good here.
Are you getting snipped?
Yes.
This is not your turn.
There's not going to be.
There's absolutely not, positively not. We'll get there. But anyway, can you answer my question? You said that, like, what did you think you would be good at as a dad and you're fucking just not?
So I can't say at the beginning of this where I was going was, I don't know particularly if I would say I never really dreamt of it. Like, yes, I thought about having kids when I was younger. I didn't think that I would particularly it's not something that like I thought about more frequently. Yeah, I had nephews and everything else, and that's who I would be around and everything else. But until I had my own kid, that's kind of when, you try and mold yourself. And my dad was, one of my role models. Anything he tried to do, I tried to emulate because, or still try to emulate. I wish he was here today to be able to see my kids. And that's probably the toughest part about him passing, not being able to see the grandkids. I don't know if there's something that I think that comes to mind right now that I would say I thought I'd be really good at that I'm not.
What about as you've been a dad? Like, I thought I was gonna, like, as you've been taking care of your kids, your oldest is almost turning 5. But what do you do now that you're like, I'm not really good at this, and you like lead to your wife? Like maybe you thought, like, I thought I would be good at this, but I'm just not. Or you're just good at fucking everything. You could say that also.
I think it's tough because there's so many things that she does that I don't do because I'm not around as much because I'm at work.
But you could do it.
If I had to, yes.
Oh, so you're just a 10 out of 10. You're good at everything. Okay, no problem.
I wouldn't say that. There's plenty of stuff that I'm not good at that she's definitely way better at. She's definitely way better at dealing with kids and putting them to bed and all that.
Routine.
She's got the routine down with them. Can I do it? Yes.
But I'm shocked because you are so routine-esque.
Yeah.
Are you not?
No, I definitely am. I mean, I get up early for work. I get home late from work. And while I'm home, you try and do what you can to spend time with them. So that routine that I have with them is not really what.
So say role in reverse. Emily gets up, goes to work at the same time you do, leaves for the day. You're the stay-at-home dad. What's your morning routine with them? Do you think it's very different than Emily's?
Yeah. I do because, like you said, I'm very regimented. I'm very structured in that sense. And for her, it's the complete opposite. She goes with the flow. And that's kind of why we're yin and yang. We work. So I think that portion of it is.
So you think you would be very scheduled, same routine every day, morning routine, nap routine, bedtime routine, like there would be no go with the flow.
No, there's definitely some. I mean, a portion of it, and I don't know if we'll touch on this later, but like when she goes out with her friends or she comes here to record podcasts late at night or whatever. And
do you mimic her routine when she's gone, or you do your own thing?
No, I do my own thing. And the kids are vastly different between.
Well, she used to tell me, like, he's like, they're being so good right now. They're laying on the couch, eating a snack, watching TV. And meanwhile, she sent me videos. They're jumping off the walls when she's home. So obviously you just have scheduled with them.
I don't know. It's particularly scheduled. They just know I mean business. Like if I yell at them, that's it. We're done. We're not, So, there's been times where she comes here and she's like, how's it going? Like we haven't started yet. Dom just did my makeup, whatever. I said, we're good. I just fed them dinner. They're sitting on the couch.
Hands and feet crossed on the couch.
Yeah. And that's what it is. I mean, she likes to try and put them down at a certain bedtime with that regiment. For me, I know Rocco's got to go to bed early, so I put Rocco down, and then and I don't see him as much as she's with them all day long. So
you hang out with them more.
Yeah, and typically, because right now Joey and Vienna are sharing a room, because Joey wakes up Rocco, he stays on the couch with me later. He falls asleep on the couch, and then I carry him up to bed. So it's kind of like I let them dictate. And Vienna's pretty good about saying, like, I'm tired, I'm ready to go to bed. She gives a hard time when she's not there because she likes when Emily puts her to bed, but
crazy.
I just let it ride.
Yeah. Well, because you're not with them all the time. So that makes sense. But you know what's crazy though? Like, I feel like I know you so well, but I don't know. Because Emily has said stuff about you as a dad. Like, you told me the other day, you braided your daughter's hair, brushed it, braided it, and put her to bed when Emily was, I think we were out. But
you were here recording.
Oh, we were recording. But like, it's so crazy how much you don't know someone so close to you as a dad or a father.
Well, it's the first time I've ever braided her hair, but she said she wanted else to braid, so you figure.
I will not stop talking about it, but I just feel like you can know somebody so well, but you just don't know them as a father. Like, what did you tell me the other day? Emily was like, "You are the dad that goes into a toy store and buys all the toys for your kids."
Yeah, it's a problem.
I don't know why I just didn't picture you to be that. Yeah, she said you got it from Uncle Joe, but I'm saying, like, I didn't think that would be you. Not that you wouldn't do it, but I didn't think that was your guy.
Yeah, I try and tone it down because,
Well, I feel like you yell at Emily for buying so many toys, but you're the one going to the store and buying so many toys.
The difference is she's doing it daily and I do it every so often.
Throwing her under the bus. No, but I love, this is why I love this, because I'm going to get to know you more as a father. And I feel like I'm going to get to know your dad more knowing what you like to do as a dad, because like you said, you mimic what your father did growing up. And she said that that's what Uncle Joey used to do, file the tortoise. That was like his thing.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
He was
so
a big
much.
late time infomercial guy, too.
I love that. Wait, what does that mean?
So he was up late nights.
Oh, late night.
Always. Late night infomercials would come on. One of the ones was vacuums. And he could never just buy one. He'd buy 6. He'd buy one for himself or 2 for himself in Florida. He'd buy 2 for me, 1 for my upstairs, 1 for downstairs. He'd buy 2 for my sister. And then every so often, if he was dating someone or whatever, he'd buy a couple extras. I mean, he did vacuums.
That is so cool. He would just buy 7 vacuums. 7 air fryers. Anybody need an air fryer?
Actually, what happened? He sent them all to my sister and my
Well,
sister.
you need a fucking air fryer. You keep borrowing mine.
Yeah.
We actually, you still have it.
I do. My son loves the wings on it, so.
It's facts.
Rocco likes putting Hot Wheels in it too.
Oh my God, I can't fire broken. Anywho, love that so much. But getting a little bit sentimental. Can you lift the blanket?
Sure.
Getting a little bit sentimental here. What do you wish that one or all of your kids say about you when they're older? But like now, like when I walk around, I say like my dad's legacy is just like helping people. Like he's the guy you call. Like, what do you want your children or child or anybody to say
Oh,
about you?
I hope it's all of them.
Just one.
You know, a couple things I think I would say is, number one, I'm always there.
Yeah.
No matter the situation, or, I try if they have something going on at school or whatever else, I leave work to make sure I'm there. I want them to make sure that they know that I'm there for them, no matter what it is.
Do you think you're going to be the parent that, like, for instance, if, God forbid, I say I get into a car accident, like, I'm not calling my mom. Mother would scream on the top of her lungs, like, the house is on fire. My dad, no questions asked, would just get in the car and calm. Like, my mom would just make it a big deal because she's just a nervous person like that. Like, do you think they'd be scared to call daddy if they, I don't know, put a hole in the wall or something like that?
No, they're definitely scared to call me to put a hole in the wall. If that happens.
That's why I said it.
There's unconditional love. They know at the end of the day, he told me, and that was what it was. We fixed it. Aside from that, just to know that, like, I try to be able, I fix things. I try and
Yeah,
around
we're
my
very
house
hands-on.
to do anything. I want them to strive for greatness, to be able to work hard, to be able to complete things, so them seeing me do work around the house and the kids wanting to help me do things, that's a big portion of it.
And you feel like Joey's, your oldest, is, I feel like we were at your house the other day, and what did you do? You asked him to put his shoes on, and he came outside to do what? Oh, clean up his golf balls.
Yeah. So
that to me is like you taught him. That's what we do. Put your shoes on, come outside, and clean up the backyard.
I mean, also, the difference between Emily and I is, I try, if we'll have fun, do one thing, clean up that one thing, and then we'll go to the next.
Right.
We're not going to blow the house up.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be too tired to go clean.
It also makes your life easier.
And then it leans on us to go back and pick up all the pieces.
Is that how you grew up?
Oh, yeah.
Like you cleaned up your fucking mess.
No, there was no. I grew up with Jeannie, who was our nanny at the time.
Talk about her.
She was really, really strict. And my mom used to pick our plates up and clean under our plates as we were eating dinner.
Yeah, literally.
So there's
Was your dad like that too? Or?
Oh, no, my dad was a tornado.
So, like, how did that work? Like in the household, was it like a shit show?
Okay.
It's hard for people who are OCD clean to live with people who are shit show.
Well, we used to say as we were growing up, like, we need a TV show, a reality TV show about my house. Because my Jamaican nanny was crazy.
The Jamaican nanny gets.
She was crazy.
Yeah.
My dad was a tornado. My mom was a clean freak. And then you had me and my sister throwing in the mix. Mike was at our house 3/4 of the time. And then Emily and my sister's husband, Steve, have been around
Forever too.
We're both high school sweethearts.
But you always had the parties at your house. So like, did your mom ever fit?
They didn't know.
I mean,
I was fortunate enough that my parents had a very large house that the basement was 3 or 4 levels down, and I never had bangers. I had my close friends of, we had 10 to 15 people. We kept it respectful and that was it.
Yeah.
So it was never crazy.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's so hard. But you never really complain about her tornado. Like, I feel like you're very clean and OCD, like everything in order. She hears it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, she said that, but she's gotten a lot better.
She has gotten better. It gets to points where, like, I hit the breaking point
Did you actually have a breaking point where you're like, I can't fucking live like this anymore?
Oh, yeah. It happens every so often.
Was it happens?
Oh, yeah. It's.
Let me ask you something, because I know we're very similar. I know we fist fight, but it's all with love. Like, I'll kiss you right now.
Of course.
But I'm saying sometimes I hate my husband's, I say this all the time. I say this often too. Like, when you walk into your house, like when you don't say it, does it actually like irk you inside?
Oh, 100%.
Okay, same. And my house is like pretty put together.
You could tell what day of the week it is based on who was at my house.
Yeah.
Based on when I walk in. I'll leave it at that.
Do you always say something, or you're
No.
just like?
I don't always say something, but
Does it ever put you in a mood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't deny that.
Yeah. Same.
Especially,
Clean house is everything to me. I swear to God.
and a long time ago, we decided she's in charge of the inside, I'm in charge of the outside.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
That was well before kids. But there are some things that I said, like, look, I'm going to work 10, 12, 14 hours a day. You go outside, you can't let them throw everything everywhere. You got to clean up something. And
Do you think it's gotten better?
hit or miss.
It's a lot, right? I feel like it is.
Sure.
When you have that, you just want to walk into a clean, especially when you're out all day, you want to walk into a clean house.
And I can't.
She also has 3 kids, so it's like hard. Yeah, you understand.
I can't compare myself to that because I'm not with all 3 of them all day long. And nor
Well, she's probably like, you don't understand. They're crazy. I'm trying. Like, yeah,
100%.
she has a side too.
And I would never be able to do what she does. She does a great job doing it. She loves doing it. She doesn't complain about it.
She does it.
And she's awesome. I could never do that. It's not my personality. It's not who I am.
That's a good point.
And like I said, the kids are way different with me than they are with her.
Right.
Because when and she gets so mad at it, because when she goes out and does things, when she comes home, everything's in place.
Right.
Everything's clean. The
They're
kids are
trying to
there.
do this, right?
And she's like, I don't understand. And
Were you ever at a point where you're like, because you just said when you're there, it's like boom, boom, boom. When you come home with her watching the kids, it's like, I mean, it's different. But were you ever like, I don't understand how I could do this and the house is clean and the kids are listening to me, or you just knew you guys are different? You understand what I'm saying? Like, you guys are just different and that's that? Or were you ever in questioning, like, I don't understand why I'm doing it and you can't do it?
I think it's more, I understand the difference. The kids,
Right.
like,
That's
so like the kids have 3 different personalities. It's
all kids are different with their mom and their dad.
But it's personality with Emily.
Yeah.
It's personality with me, and it's personality with both of us.
Right.
So when it's Emily, free for all, or her mom. When it's with me, it's very regimented. They understand the rules. This is what we're doing. We're not deviating from that. And if they do, they get yelled at because that's
And then
that's
after a
why.
while, they don't want to get yelled at, so they just don't.
And then with both of us, there's a fine line because they try and play us against each other to
Yeah.
see who will do
Or
what.
they were like, well, daddy lets me do this. Well, mommy lets me do this.
And we try and have a united front that if one of us says one thing, that's what it is. And my biggest thing, especially with Joey, because Joey is so persistent where he'll attack until he gets what he wants.
Right.
And when I say no,
No.
that means no. I'm not changing my mind. With her, if he attacks her enough, she flips.
I feel like it's just a mom thing.
Yeah. So
You just flip. So you understand when the assignment, when she's home and when you're home, and sometimes she just can't. But I was just asking the question because I know it's hard from somebody who is like this to walk in and is like, oh my God, enough is enough. I can't stand moving into a house like this. I mean, I'm not saying it's like disgusting, but when you're so your side of the,
so
line, it's hard.
we turned our basement into a playroom.
Yeah. Which now you don't have to see it as I had mine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when you come home and all the toys are on the first floor instead of in the basement,
Easier.
no, it irks me.
Oh, you're saying when all the
They bring everything upstairs to play with
okay.
instead of
That's how I
staying
feel when my
downstairs.
shit's in my living room. I can't fucking stand looking at it. But no, I understand that. But let's move on. I am getting irked that my playroom's a mess. But anyway, I do have a funny question for you though.
Sure.
What do you do now that is so unhinged that the old Joe back in the day, pre-kids, would be like, is this Joe kidding me doing this?
I don't know if I would say pre-kids, like my
Like, do you think
kids,
you're
but
like? Do you ever look? I do things now that I'm like, my pre-kid self will be like, the fuck.
I think it was more of how I was raised and what I would do around the house or whatever else. Like when I was a kid, I wake up in the morning, make my bed, bring my clothes to the laundry. There was no dishes left in the sink. Like that.
So that
kinda
has changed now. So your old self is kind of opposite. You're looking at it like, oh my God, my old self would never leave a dish in the sink.
100%.
Got it. Wow. Interesting. It's hard.
Yeah.
Fucking kids. Especially 3 under 5. Let me go to my little handy dandy notebook. I do have another question for you, Joseph.
Keep firing away.
What's the best part of being a dad of 3?
I don't know if it's necessarily a dad of 3, but I
Just
think
dad.
it's just being a dad in general.
Best part, if you had to choose one thing.
Like I said, I work a lot. So when I walk in the door
Oh my God.
and they open their arms and they yell for me and they run and scream, and Joey is my one who always wants me. Vienna and Rocco, half to 3/4 of the time, they don't even look at me. I pick them up, they scream. The other portion, they love me. But so yesterday, for example, I went and played Bethpage Black golf course.
Yeah.
I was gone all day. I walked in at 7 p.m. and Rocco, for the first time, saw me and goes, "Dad," opens up his arms for a big hug. So like that.
How does that make you feel?
That I think is like the best part of being a dad.
Do you feel like, this is such a strange question, but like you're gone all day, like it's almost like cooler that you're gone all day, that you get to come home and they get to miss you, rather than like, because I feel like the same thing with G. He runs and dad. I mean, even when, because he's gone and I'm here, so he doesn't get to miss me, but he gets to miss my husband. So it's like,
I could definitely understand the dynamic of like you guys, you or Emily or any mother for that fact.
who's
like,
home with their kid all day.
Yeah, not getting that
Right.
that
That's
feel.
gotta be the best feeling ever.
But when you are home, it's like all they want is
Is you right? There's
so
another
like
side of it. You're right.
Rocco in general, or for instance, is snuggle. That's his thing. He wants to snuggle and be on top of Emily, on her shoulder, laying with her, and I'm not allowed to touch her. Like he
won't let you go by.
No, he freaks out if I'm anywhere near her. So
Interesting. I wonder what that is.
I don't know. So
Territory.
there's that
Yeah.
those two
But
different
if
sides.
you're like, I'm gonna snuggle with Rocco, but he wants mommy. Sad. Next time, Joe.
Or snuggle with mom, and Rocco's nah.
Okay, but I do have to ask you though, if you had to choose, who's your favorite kid?
It's funny because me and Emily talked about this on the way here.
Oh, you did?
Um,
I'm always curious. There's has to be a favorite.
I love all my kids on condition.
Oh, yeah,
I would do anything for any of them.
Yeah.
I'd take a bullet for them. But if I had to choose one, I would say Joey. And
I could have answered that for you.
number one,
He's your buddy.
well, he's my firstborn. He's my buddy. He's the oldest, where now he's starting to enjoy things that I enjoy.
Yeah.
And he's the only one of my kids, like I said before, that wants me over mom 100%.
Is that
of the
so
time.
fun that he's like your buddy right hand man? He like does things with you.
You
And
know-
he can actually help you now.
But now he's getting into baseball. He's getting into golf.
Do you like
and
going to his games?
it's fun because, and he's starting to become he's starting to understand and he's starting to listen. And I just try and I played baseball at a high level.
Is your son good at baseball?
It's too early to tell. I mean,
Will you be upset if he's not good at baseball?
no, I just,
Huh.
look, I just want, and I'll let him play any sport he wants if he wants to play sports. And from what I've seen to start, he really enjoys playing baseball. He really enjoys playing golf.
But you could tell.
I would just he's definitely got hand-eye coordination. He's
Okay, good.
definitely,
At least
you know,
you're there.
he's definitely enjoying it, to the sense where, like, a couple weeks ago, he was supposed to have a T-ball game. It got rained out
Oh yeah.
and he wanted to go to the batting cage. So it was the first time
I saw that hit. You posted it. It was sick.
It was the first time I took him to a batting cage where he wasn't on a tee, and he actually made
I'm
contact.
really like, yeah.
And it was the
Yeah.
self-satisfaction, and I
Yes.
was so happy and so joyful that at the start, it was the same place that I went to as a kid. So I knew the owner and everything else, and he's like going with them, help him, whatever. It's like I explained to him.
Was it
the whole
scary? Those
situation.
balls come out so fast.
No, I mean he's in the one that throws the slowest, but
Oh.
but still, just to see. So I brought him the first day. He got hit with a ball. Even then,
Hit.
he got hit in the hand as
Oh.
I try to tell him, I don't give him too much direction to start for now. I just say, hey, go up there, have fun, put your feet here,
Uh-huh.
keep the bat off your shoulder, and just swing. Let it rip, have fun. And he kept inching towards the plate,
Was he
plate.
enjoying it?
Yeah, he had a blast. So much so that the following day he said, Dad, let's go back. Let's go back. So I took him
That'd be
again.
so
I took him
fun.
again the next day.
Because you played baseball at Rutgers.
Yes.
Rutgers, are you? or you.
Rah, rah.
Rah, rah.
On the old Raritan.
Yeah. You guys both went to college. Well, she went down south and then
She started college of
she
Charleston.
missed you so much.
So much.
My goodness, I can't leave it on my joke. All right, so anyway, oh, I love that. You guys are so cute. But anyway, one last question, and get deep on me, okay? What is one thing you admire about Emily as a mom?
Well, you know, I've kind of been talking about it the whole time.
One thing, Joe, one thing.
She's a great mom. She's awesome with the kids. She's so selfless. You know, everything is about them, and it's always about them. It's never about anyone else. And she'll do anything at any time of the day, no matter, like I said, whether it's the middle of the night where she just has to snuggle him in bed, where I get upset. We're like, put him back to bed. Like, it's not, they shouldn't be here. She's so selfless. She loves being a mom, and it's cool to see. And she's so great at it.
And isn't it so crazy to see like where you guys work? 'Cause you've been together for decades. And now, like, I'm sure you expected everything and more as the mom she is now.
Well, so
She's one of the best moms I've known.
you know the full story of how we kind of started dating and everything
She
else.
talked about it. Yeah, of course.
All the way from 7th grade?
Yes, we've talked. Have you listened to the episode?
Some.
We talked. And we talk off camera. We're friends, you know, besties. Hello.
Clearly, you don't know everything.
Oh, I do. So, that's really awesome, though. Like you know, all in all, you just respect her so much as a mom, and it shows.
Well, I love her to death, and I hope that
I'm gonna pass out. You do. You really do. Do you love me to death? You do?
But before we do, I got one question for you.
Oh,
We're gonna topsy-turvy this motherfucker.
I don't want to.
So tonight, Mike and Dom have a wedding to go to, so we're watching Geo.
You are with your 7 kids.
McDonald's for dinner.
Our 7 kids, and
McDonald's for dinner.
From other episodes on this podcast, we have organic mom to gas station milk. How are you gonna feel when
Don't say.
when Geo's not having grass-fed milk and organic this and organic that, and we're feeding him gas station milk?
Well, my grass-fed milk's at your house.
So, yeah, give it to him.
What are you talking about? I need video proof that you're feeding my son.
You know, I don't have, like, I went to your Snapchat before and you talked about this as well. Like,
He comes upstairs. Emily and I are getting ready. He raids my snack cabinet and brings up one bag of Cheez-It that I had from when I was pregnant, which I don't know why I still have that. And he was so upset. There was nothing in that snack cabinet. It's healthy, organic Meta chips. What are they called? Pasta. He goes, do you have cinnamon sugar? I go, no. He makes cinnamon sugar with sourdough bread in my house. It was good, was it not?
yeah, it was good. But, I mean, it's,
Well, this is my house. Love me or hate me, it's still an obsession.
that's true. Just, you don't want the pasta eaten. When he goes to friends' houses.
You think? No, don't do that to him. Don't want to make it yeah. All right, enough, because you're giving me anxiety about your gas station milk. Anyway, thank you for coming on this pod. We love you so much.
Thank you for having me. I love you guys. And to continued success and hopefully rising followers. And like I said before, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully you guys keep producing content.
And then you could quit your job and
I would love to quit my job.
I know.
That would be
All
awesome.
fathers would. So would my husband. So I will love you so much. Let's hug it out.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a good hug. All right. Well, it was lovely having Emily's husband on here. He's a doll. But now it's time for my sexy husband and my co-host, Emily, to have their side of the story. I'm going to go have a drink or something. Bye.
Woo!
Let's go.
Got my baby.
Hey. You pour some juicy tip.
Yeah, get it. Get it.
Look at me. I'm breaking my own rules.
This is my old school partner in crime back here. Feel the chemistry. Is that organic?
Oh, yeah.
Michael here. Dominique's husband. How you doing?
Pretty good.
You look?
I like this recording on a Saturday.
Yeah, this is nice.
I'm not as stressed.
Right.
Work day.
Usually he's,
I'm helping out on a work day. This is way easier.
we call him Vic. He's a producer.
Yeah.
But I like him, honestly.
But today, what am I? I'm Mike and Vic today?
Yeah, you're both.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay.
You are a dad of a 15-month-old.
Gio.
Love that guy.
Lol.
So
He's so fun, yeah.
he's so fun. How is you're pretty much a rookie though? Like
Yeah.
you're a rookie dad. So
Yeah.
how's rookie year? How's it been?
Like chopping up to a pretty good year.
A good year
You
so
know?
far?
Not like batting 500, but I think it's been a pretty good year.
All right.
He's definitely at an age right now where it's like that personality is
It's
really
coming
starting
through.
to come through, and it's just like it's so awesome.
Do you like sometimes just
Yeah.
look at him and be like, holy shit, like that's my son. Like he
Oh,
just
yeah.
did something like,
100%.
yeah.
It's starting to happen on a daily basis. He's in his dada phase right now.
Ah, I love that.
You could tell he's like starting to get his little identity as like a boy, man, whatever.
And
As a man.
As a man.
We have a 15-month-old
15
man right
in
here.
there. And he's just at that point. But I think in relation to your question, it's been a lot to just, I run a business and a
Yeah,
company and
you do a lot.
balancing that all while like I want to be around
Right.
as much as possible. And I try to, and I think I've tried to work my tail off for as long as I have to be able at this point in time when I had kids to be able to be at everything that I could possibly be at. So it's like, it's this double-edged sword sometimes where it's like, oh yeah, I know I can leave,
Right.
but there's a loss in leaving potentially of things I could be doing to make more or do more in business. But at the end of the day, it's easy for me to be like, yeah, I'm out. I'm going to that.
Right. Like you
You know,
want
so
to be
it's,
there.
that double-edged sword is it's weird sometimes.
It's like a balance.
because-
You gotta figure out balance,
yeah.
and you're still new to it. Like,
And business has its ebbs and flows, So when it's here, it's easy to leave, and it's here, it makes that a little bit tougher.
Right.
But yeah, rookie year, all in all, I mean, I wish hurt for anything. It's been fun, and finally getting better.
I mean, you're a dad of one, but like you're a godfather to like 12.
I have
You were the godfather.
I have 5 godchildren, and I consider your son. Even
Yeah.
though he didn't do the baptism, but like I consider Joey to be like my
Oh,
my
yeah.
godson. for
You are
sure.
the
So that's
godfather
the best.
title.
Yeah, so it's a lot,
Yeah.
and just trying to also make
Well,
sure
you're the uncle of the year too.
trying to make sure that I still see everyone
like-
like I used to.
Do you
like,
feel? I felt like this. That so for a long time you were just the uncle for a lot of people, and then once you're a dad, like obviously Gio's your number one. But did you feel like it was a little bit harder to give attention to like your godchildren?
I mean, hard to pay attention to everything,
Everything.
Yeah, especially when you're in the thick of that like first year
Oh yeah.
of your kid, because
I'm
you're
trying to like
you're
break
learning it all for the first time,
Right.
and you don't know what to expect, and it's a bunch of difficulties, but again, I wouldn't change it.
What's one thing that like just surprised you this first year, like either in a good way, in a bad way, that either Gio did or just the feeling of being a dad? What was something that like surprised you?
I feel like his just personality came through
Like
earlier
early-
than I expected.
Yeah.
Again, all in a good way. Like, and the way that their personalities change day to day,
Oh yeah.
like that's why you need to be there every day. Because
Right.
like you will miss something day to day
Yeah.
that they do. And just so I think the speed from like 0 to 100, all of a sudden there's this blob that doesn't move.
I mean, wait till he
To
really
just, like,
starts talking.
to boom in.
It's
And
crazy.
I think for his age, like he's spoken
he
a little
says words.
earlier, he's walked a little earlier, he's doing things a little earlier, but still it's just that every day it's just like, you didn't do this yesterday.
Yeah.
How are you doing this today? At like a high level in some things. It's like,
Yeah.
so
I mean, he's kicking balls. He loves playing with balls.
like he walked at 10 and a half months, I think
Yeah.
it was.
That's early.
And the second he started walking, like I put a soccer ball
Oh yeah.
right in front of him. And
There's
then
soccer balls in every inch of this house. It's just like that. There's a goal. There's a soccer ball. We're raising athletes here.
We're definitely trying to raise an athlete. I thought I'd have to force it on, but like he has it naturally. I'm pretty athletic. My wife's pretty athletic, so we're hoping, if you put 2 together, you have an athletic kid. But and it's funny because he's in this phase right now where everything's a ball. He's been saying like
He's the ball.
bubble. No, he's been saying like bubble. Like
But
it
he
sounds
means
like
ball.
bubbles.
Yeah.
And he knows bubbles because he loves
Right.
bubbles.
But he means ball.
But he means ball. And we're like, are you saying? We've been saying that he's saying big ball, but as of yesterday, we're like, I think he's saying big ball. Like, what is bubble? And over the next couple of weeks, we'll probably find out what it is
yeah.
that he's.
I
saying.
mean, the language is crazy. When they just explode. The Bronco's just exploding
Yeah.
now. And I feel like once Gio does that, it opens up a whole new world of communication between you and your son.
Yeah.
Which is an exciting thing for you.
And it's really awesome when you can start to just communicate
Right.
with them. Like I know, even though he can't speak back to me in some ways, like he knows
knows.
what we're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like when I say, Gio, go put that away
He'll
in
do
your
it.
cabinet, like he knows exactly.
And
what
even
to
when
do.
he does that, aren't you like, holy shit?
It's like, how do you know that? Like, is it me? Is it her? Is it Miss Rachel? Like, what created that
Oh, Miss Rachel.
to be a thing? Yeah,
No.
Miss Rachel's.
No, but it is crazy how and that's why it's so important to just talk to your kids. Just like
Yeah.
talk to them like they're
Yeah.
regular people and they catch on. That's how they learn.
They are
They're sponges.
They're a sponge for sure. Everybody says that, but it is very true. Like I said, day to day, I feel like I can do something. It doesn't even matter if it's like me grabbing that hat and going and putting it on the tip of that computer. Like he will then go
Do it.
grab the
Yeah.
hat and put it
They're
exactly
watching.
where I put it.
They're like little
it's
spies.
it's scary because you gotta watch what you do because he will go mimic
No.
something if you don't want him to do something specific.
Yeah.
He's in the throwing phase right now. That's a difficult
Yeah,
phase.
that's a fun one.
Mhm.
Throwing food, throwing
Food.
everything.
Oh,
The food.
this dog's getting fat.
I mean, I told you not to get a dog before a kid.
Well, let him learn. Live and learn. There's going to be 2 next week.
Wow.
You're not going to be a baby.
That's crazy.
You look like an old man. You're getting gray.
Yes, right.
You're fat.
Has there been anything that you have silently Googled that you never told Dom about that you did? Because your wife is a fucking psycho. I would silently Google too.
Well, my wife is definitely a Googler or Chat GBT or half.
Right now she is. But is there something
And
you-
sometimes it's a need, right? And I'm maybe too lax in that capacity.
I feel like
I
you're
will
pretty chill.
No,
Well,
I'm definitely chill in the sense of like, I do well in like.
I mean, they
Yeah,
have a
times of
viral choking video out there if anyone's seen it. He wasn't actually choking, Gio, but dad was cool, calm, collected. Mom was like, hun, I think he's not breathing. Meanwhile, he's just like doing a little bit of a gag. But he was like newly eating. So that was scary for them. I actually went out to dinner with them one time and they were cutting his pieces. I kid you not. And maybe
He was like
I
5 months
how
old.
old he was. There was baby leg wound going on. Rice-sized pieces, like littler than a rice. And I was like, you guys,
Again, live and learn. Like
you need to be
smaller is worse.
a little
But
bigger.
bigger is better.
But
And
honestly, you don't know. Like, it's
Yeah.
your first time doing all this shit, and you just don't know.
definitely.
And you learn. And for your second kid, I'm sure you'll fucking just get on a whole banana.
I could totally see how much more lax you've gotten with second and third, and like we're gonna give you single leg because it totally makes sense. But in those situations, I think yes, I'm very cool, calm, and collected. Like, I'm not gonna panic in those situations. My wife may panic, and rightfully so. Right?
Yeah,
I get it
I mean,
totally.
scary.
But from like do I Google something? I'd say at one point, if I had to say, like they fall a lot.
Yeah.
Right? And he's constantly on the move. He's pretty much climbing now.
Oh,
So
yeah.
there are some times where it's just like, how much
What's the
like,
impact?
what is the impact level of that fall that a
Yeah,
kid
yeah.
can take at 14, 15 months? Because like when they do that cry where there's
the silent.
a pause
The silent, yeah.
and then he goes to that
Oh, yeah.
scream,
Then you know.
that pause is
It's
like,
scary.
and you know he's really
Yeah.
hurt, at least, before he's scared.
But like you've learned that over the time. Oh, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, when he's just regular cry, like you're fine.
You know, like 3 days before your wedding when Joey busted his head.
Cut himself up.
Like, can you imagine Gio doing that before a wedding?
And that's bad.
I mean, he got stitches. He
Yeah.
was cut
Yeah.
open.
That's bad.
Imagine the silent cry he had. But yeah, I mean, that first year is it's a learning. I do have another question for you. How many times have you accidentally handed Dom the baby when you smelt a poop, but you didn't? You just like politely handed him off.
Huh?
Or are you the poop changer?
I mean, I'm
He's
definitely
been hard changing poops. He does the turn. The struggle.
I've been changing poops for
Yeah.
If I, say too much, then she knows my tactics. But no, there's probably been a time or two. Definitely. Can you take him? Oh crap! I think he's shit. I got to the bathroom.
And honestly, I feel like Gio is just like the stand-up baby. He's pretty.
He's in relation
Like-
to kids. From what we know, definitely a great kid.
like he's
easy
good at
kid.
sleeping.
Yeah.
He's good at
He's teething hard right now, and so the last month has been a tough sleep for us.
yeah.
We've also been traveling a bit, so
Yeah.
we throw him into our mix, and that that's on us.
Right.
He's the one that's battling through those situations. Like,
Yeah.
he's just
I mean,
he's just going with the flow.
But he is. That's what that you're
Yeah.
raising a kid. I tell this to Dom, like you are raising a go with the flow kid that just like can be in any situation and just live it.
Yeah, but
And
there's
that's cool.
it's.
But that's because you have one.
I think yeah, 100%. That's why we're just not ready for the next one yet. Especially, okay, we got the package
Yeah.
having 2 kids.
Yeah.
It's really hard to prepare yourself, I think, for trying to be like I try to be a high performer, like a high functioning person at work
Mm-hmm.
and just thrive
Which you are.
for greatness. But like, it's hard some days when it's like I slept 2 hours
Oh,
total
man.
last night. And because, yeah, teething's teething, I guess.
Yeah. So you actually, in the middle of the night, you will get up
Oh, yeah.
and help.
Yeah. Well, we both do it.
You guys, I feel like you guys are pretty 50
Yeah,
50.
100%. But he's in,
That's
like I said, he's in this dad
Take that.
phase right now. So, I mean, last night we went to sleep relatively later last night, even though we didn't do anything. Last night we were just watching something late. I think like maybe 1:30 we probably went to sleep, and then about
So
sit back on the couch.
did you ever fall asleep in the delivery room while she was in labor? Because my goodness, did it.
No, I was
You were
I
up.
was in it. I was up. Yeah, I was in it, and I was up.
All right.
You can't record here. You can't record here.
What?
But then our delivery room kind of.
But we're going to talk about labor and delivery.
Yeah.
What is your dad toxic trait? Like, what do you do that you think is toxic, but like you like it because you're a dad?
That's hard.
Tough question.
Yeah, I don't know if I have the answer to that.
All right, think about it.
I could think about
Get
that.
back
one.
to me on that one.
They didn't prepare us with the questions.
No, well, apparently we went rogue,
Bro.
but
Toxic. I try not to do a lot of talks.
he doesn't do toxins.
You know,
No toxins.
you know, sauna downstairs, release the toxins.
Well, it doesn't have to be so literal. It could be like, so your wife went back to work right soon after she had Gio.
Mhm.
And then you kind of said like, babe, you can do whatever you want. You don't, she wasn't feeling good. She wasn't feeling herself. She felt kind of like she didn't want to be at work, but she wanted to be at home.
Yeah.
And I feel like you were the most supportive husband
That's right.
in her decision.
Yeah.
How do you feel now looking back at her decision to be a stay-at-home mom?
Well, one, she didn't have enough maternity leave.
Right.
I think it's 3 months. 3 months not enough.
It's fucked up.
You know, I definitely think there should be.
I mean, 3 months, there's still a blob newborn.
There-
They still have vagina juice on them at 3
especially
months.
having a C-section. Like,
Yeah.
your 90 days goes like super fast.
yeah.
So
I mean, that's crazy to think
you know,
about.
4 months isn't enough. 6 months should probably be the standard. 5-6 months should definitely be the standard. So, you know, just not enough time, not enough recovery time. Went back for, I think, a week. I think we, again, first time, like, we're trying to figure all this out. You know, our plan was kind of, and we're planners, but like
Yeah.
our plan was just like, we're going to do it while having people give us help
Right.
that weren't necessarily people that our moms were helping.
Right.
Of course, they want to give us help, but it's not saying that was like their number one desire was to like be the nannies,
Right.
Like,
Right.
and rightfully so. So we were kind of scrambling in the sense of my mom.
I think Gio on Thursday.
Yeah, like I was a float day for a little bit, like that week or two. Like I was kind of just like working here
Right.
if I got a call, but
Yeah.
I was pretty much just staying here. And she went back, and yeah, it was difficult. She was in a traffic route
Right.
to work in relation.
So there was a lot of
to-
factors that really.
It's gotta suck to have a new baby at home, be in traffic on the way to work, be in traffic on the way home from work, and just all you want to do is be with your baby.
Right.
And it's just like I just want to get there, and you can't get there.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, there was no second guessing me saying like, as long as you're okay
Mhm.
with not working,
Right.
you can stay home. And as great as that sounds, and I'm sure there's half women that want to hear that, and
Mhm.
other half don't want to hear that
Yeah.
because they don't want to. Let's say be stay at home.
I mean, there's a lot of women that can't do it.
and rightfully so.
Yeah. Could
but
you be a stay-at-home dad? I feel like you might be able to. But no,
I could,
no, you're a hustler.
I could if I had to. Like if
Uh.
the situation was like I had no other choice, of course.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But I
100%.
feel like you'd also like want to be out making money.
No, yeah, I gotta get out of the
Yeah.
house, like do things. I think I would
You need to get out of that.
I would do it, but I think I'd build up like a a struggle
Yeah.
inside over
Oh,
time
yeah.
where it's hard to do. I
Well,
think
when Mama Cock was famous, and you guys are both stay-at-home dads.
I'll never stop working. My work will evolve, I think, over time,
Yeah.
but I'll never stop working
Yeah.
to some capacity. But back to my wife, again, the decision I think was easy from my perspective. It was if it made sense for her,
Mm-hmm.
do it. And of course, like she did it. The decision for her was easy in the
Right.
sense of like I don't care about anything else except being with my
It was
kid.
kind of seamless in that regard.
But it doesn't mean that it's not hard day to day to like she gave up a career
Right.
to be a mom, right? And again, that's
And you think about that because I feel like in our situation it was different. Like my dream was to be a stay-at-home mom, so I didn't leave something for that. And like Dom and I have talked about it a lot, where she had this career, she was a hustler, she was a go-getter, and she left something big to do something bigger for her. And I feel like as a husband, it's hard to. Well, it might be easier because you could put yourself in her shoes in some sense, like where you also have a career and she's leaving something that
Yeah.
you also know.
no, I know her situation.
Yeah.
I know there's I mean listen, she has this now, right?
Right.
I think as human beings, even if you want to be a stay-at-home mom
Mhm.
and that's what you thrive for like you were, I think there's still part of life where we need to have something outside of just that
Mhm.
because that's like more of a natural thing
Mhm.
that like we need to be striving to do something,
Mhm.
whatever it is. It could be something so simple or something crazy, but I think we need that as humans to just like always make sure that we're just I think continuing to strive for something is just how we better ourselves as humans.
And so now that she has our Mama Clap, which is a big part of our lives, don't you think that she's
You could
thriving? She's
you could
what?
tell there's been a shift in demeanor. I'm not saying like she's happier because of it, but
Mhm.
like I think it's good for her to be able to have like almost like a check in, check out
Mhm.
of it's not just 100% constant in the weeds of
Mother.
the craziness
Yeah.
because motherhood between baby and dog like it is a lot.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot. He's really needy. He lays here.
This guy. Yes, he leads here like a
Peace
perfect
out.
angel.
And his
He's
peach
needy.
out. But she's managed it well, and I do think having something like this is
All right, and staying on her, I just need to know what is the most admirable thing she does, like as a mom, or the way she does it.
good question. Beside what we just said, right,
Mhm.
the fact that put she put
Oh,
a
that was
career
selfless.
not even on the side, like
Right.
just
Yeah.
kind of threw it away
Right.
to be a mom. I think there's part of I think most parents want to strive to be better parents than their parents, even if their parents were awesome. Like,
Yeah.
we always try to be better generationally. I think just like her day to day striving for Gio to just have the best possible life. The big things, the small things, us never missing those the little moments,
Mm.
the big moments, and sometimes I bust her chops in the sense of like
It's busted chops.
always busting chops. You're not busting chops, I love it. Always busting chops in the sense of like he's 15 months. He has no idea what's going on. Like we're not going to Disney. We're not going to Disney at 15 months. But her desire to want to go to Disney is just to make memories like
Yeah.
with our kid, to have those experiences. And again, we're gonna do all that stuff. Of course, I want to do all that stuff, but
We're gonna do it together
we're gonna do it together.
when we grow our families more.
100%. Yeah.
We.
I'm not sure. I'm still until that guy gets out. My money's still on one side. But on our side, yeah, our family, God willing, will grow at some point. We're not ready tomorrow, but at some point,
Mhm.
we'll get there. But yeah, I think it's just her constant thrive to make sure we're doing the family things. We're making, the memories for us so that we have things to talk about with Gio when he's older. Like, this is what we did.
Yeah.
And this was so fun. And like, she's also very good with like cameras and videos and phones. And I'm not, right? Like, I'm not saying I don't want to have that stuff
Right,
because I
but
do,
she's
but
just
it's not the things that I think about like when we're in the moments because I am in the moment type of living person. I'm not like, let's take a picture or let's take a video. And again, I'll bust her chops about that, but at the same time, it's
It's nice
good
to
that I
have.
have that
Yeah.
because then you get the conversations like this where it's like, shit, I forget what happened there.
Right.
But then you look at a picture, you look at a video, and all those
Pictures,
memories
yeah.
come back, and so that's important.
Yeah, no, she's really good at that. I mean, she's just good at holding it all together, I think.
Yeah, and you said it.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot that comes with her situation and what she did to now, and yeah, just not every day's rainbows and butterflies. She stays in the trenches, and we work through it.
And you have the most adorable little baby.
He's a cute little kid.
What's the craziest thing that he's doing right now?
Like I said, he's in the throwing
Throwing,
phase.
right.
He's
Is he hitting?
he's in the hitting phase.
Yeah.
You know, I feel bad. This one's the
Oh, the dog's
the
taking
brunt of
it. Yeah.
Like he just some of the sleepless nights where he
Yeah.
wakes up and he's cranky because he's just like not a cranky kid, but
Right.
you know, it's like teething and just bad sleep. Just wakes up. He'll like walk like 15 feet
Mhm.
across the kitchen and just smack Bama right,
Someone's got
right in the face. Yeah, right in the face. Or like
It was the dog.
or like he'll grab him by like the hair on his head, and I'm like, are you gouging your fingers into his eyeballs? Like, what are you doing right now?
No, that's scary. But do you ever worry about Bama like lashing out?
No.
But no.
I
feel like as
Totally get where parents
yeah,
were other dogs, like
Right.
100%.
but not Bama.
Bama doesn't have that.
No,
Down.
my God.
Bama, unfortunately, is like Bama's becoming scared of
Yeah.
Gio.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
I mean, when you wake up and you just get like smacked.
I run too.
face, that's nothing.
Oh my God. Why is he just laying there? He looks like
He just like checks in and out of like
he's playing dead.
the Zoomies and I'm a king. Right now, this is his king life.
Right.
Absolute king life.
I have another question for you. Dom said this to you, but
By the way,
is it good?
this cup says The Godfather.
You are the godfather. Wow. You really are. You are the father, the godfather, the uncle. This guy right here, for my son's 3rd birthday, he dressed up as Spider-Man, came to my house, a total like mask, like it was the Spider-Man. You came full in the house doing flips. You even came to the birthday party.
Birthday party.
Oh, the
was
birthday
funny.
party was first. Or was it separate things?
No, the first time I came as Spider-Man was to your house.
Yeah.
The second time I came as Spider-Man
At a trampoline park.
as we were telling Joey that I knew Spider-Man.
Right.
I was
Uncle Mike
awful.
knows Spider-Man's number.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
we went
like
to
the trampoline park.
trampoline place.
And he came as Spider-Man. I mean, it was
That
the
was fun.
talk of the town.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Because you could jump it when I jumped into the rope and then did the upside down Spider-Man thing.
Yes, that was
funny. That was funny.
You actually
That
looked
was
like
fun.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, that was funny. That's when Joey really, I think, if he was questioning that I was Spider-Man, once I did that move, he was like,
That is.
that's real.
So much so that when we were at my house, you went upstairs as Spider-Man, and then I think you said Spider-Man jumped out the window because then Uncle Mike was back,
Yeah.
and Joey was like, he thought Spider-Man literally jumped
Well,
out.
he's smart as shit. So at some points he's like, Mom,
What?
is
Yeah.
Spider-Man? I mean,
Yeah,
would ask
but
like
no,
that.
you committed to that, and
Yeah.
that was like an
I
epic.
did. That was funny.
That was Uncle of the Year.
Yeah. Had my ass looking those.
So good. I think your wife put it on at one point. She did the flip out of the car. These are committed people right here.
Try.
That was before kids.
I know.
Yeah. Wow. Would you do it again for
I'm
yourself?
not sure.
I'm tired.
I'm tired.
I wanted to ask you this question. What would you like Gio to look back on his childhood about his dad growing up? Like, what would you want him to say?
I think Joey kind of said this before to sort of mimic it and or piggyback on it because I think we think alike in the sense of like, I just want him to know that I was there.
Mm.
Dad tried his absolute best to provide, give him the best life possible, but try to not miss a thing. Like, I chose a profession, which was build a business that I thought going back 10, almost 15 years ago, that when I had kids, when my son or daughter were toddlers and kids, that like, I'll never miss a game or
Yeah.
play or this or that, a dance, right?
Dance time!
Because my dad, who I love my dad to death, you know, I love my dad in a lot of capacities, but he was in a business that when I was a kid, he was still in the thick of it, working for the most part 7 days a week, 14 hours a day. There was a lot of things that he missed,
Right.
not because he
He didn't
didn't
want
want
to
to
be
be
there.
there.
Right.
He physically couldn't. And part of the reason why the going into the restaurant business like wasn't for me.
Right.
Um,
That's interesting that you felt like that. And you, I mean, you're building life that you want for your family.
because it's not that the restaurant business wasn't for me. Like I could go run
You
a
could have done
restaurant
it, right,
now,
but
but
you
it
didn't
was the
want to.
trade off of the fact that
You want the family.
I wanted more
Time,
of a
yeah.
balance. Yeah, I wanted more of a balance. As the world progresses right now, I less and less want to be the coach for my son
Yeah.
because I just feel like I'm gonna either beat up a dad or I'm
Joe
gonna
says
ruin
that
my
too.
career from just some stupid situation.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather just be the silent father on the side
I don't know how silent
and
you'll
just
be, but
or I'll be my son's
right.
coach.
Yeah.
I think on a daily basis I want to be the coach less. We'll see. We'll
That's
see
interesting.
where we live in
But
a
I
certain
think
place now.
Joe was saying that too. Like he first of all, I don't think he has the patience to deal with a million other kids.
Yeah, and some kids. Hopefully my son isn't that kid, right?
Right.
Because I'm not saying my son's gonna be perfect in
Right.
any capacity. But like some kids
Oh,
suck, and it's
You
because
just suck, Jerry.
and it's no, and I'm not even saying like they stink at the sports. Like
Yeah.
they're just
No,
they're just
yeah.
their personalities, and
Yeah.
most of it's because their parents.
Fair.
And I'm not really trying to deal with their parents.
No, I know.
So
And that's a big thing. The parents are very vocal, especially now with the coaches.
and I'm gonna be a dad that if Gio's not good at something,
Mhm.
I'm gonna have conversations with Gio about like, well, it's okay to not be okay at this,
Mhm.
but maybe there's a bunch of other things. We're gonna give those things a try because it's gonna be something that you're going to be good at, and then we're gonna thrive at that.
Oh, I like
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
that's a good way to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I joke, I 100% hope my son is athletic.
Right.
And I think, and Joe said before, like based on some coordination type things at this age, like say
He's
it's
trying that.
say trying to be unbiased, it's trending well.
Okay.
But in
And he's a lefty.
he seems to be a lefty. I don't know. The other day he was writing and
It's hard to tell. We
It's
can
really
tell he's
hard to
two.
tell. But when he kicks a soccer ball, he seems like he puts his left foot first.
Mhm.
But
That's
that also could be because he's stepping with
Right,
his left
and
foot
then-
to actually kick the right eventually. So, but if he's not athletic, he's going to be good at something, and we're gonna focus on that for sure.
I love that. Maybe dance.
He's not going to dance.
He might. Do you know your wife?
Yeah,
She twerks it. Twerk it back. She dances.
Joe, he's not going to dance.
He'll dance at weddings.
He'll get those dance feet at weddings.
It's funny because my wife is a dancer.
Yeah.
I can dance.
Right.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe not better than my wife, but I can
I don't know.
dance.
Do you
better
think that
than
you
my
could
wife.
dance better than her? No.
Choreograph? No shot.
Okay. Free fall.
Freestyle?
Freestyle.
I'll kick her ass.
We'll have a dance off one time.
Give me a couple of juicy tits.
On the boat.
It's funny. My coordination dancing gets a little better with like a couple drinks.
Well, he'll be on the next TikTok. Did you guys like the TikTok? When he was...
Rolls her eyes.
All right. Well, we're gonna wrap this up, but Joe is gonna come on, and you guys are gonna ask each other
What was
questions.
You guys are really throwing us in the ringer.
Yes. Right.
We didn't know that.
Don't. They don't
We
know
didn't know that.
anything.
We knew nothing.
No.
Jon Snow.
But you are a great dad. You are a
Wait.
number one. Yeah.
First off, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll keep trying.
Keep trying.
I think I saw Joey throw us back on my wife with one question, so
Mhm.
I got to give you one question.
What a copycat.
What is the best thing
Mm-hmm.
about your husband as a dad, besides being a drill sergeant?
I know he came up with such a joke. He does have a soft side,
No,
especially
he has
with
a
the
super sauce.
He's so soft sometimes.
so full of shit.
Yeah.
No, he's stern.
No. Well,
I'm stern too.
Are you?
I actually, as a father, I'm stern. Like
is he?
I don't.
Yeah.
I won't put up with.
Well, I feel like you and Joey are similar in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So,
I won't put up with the bullshit.
yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely comes out when they get older. Like
Yeah.
your discipline, like ways.
Like in the sense of like if you're gonna go have like a fit over something that's ridiculous.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. No.
None of that.
I'm not gonna let you deal with that.
Honestly, what attracts me so much as him as a dad is the amount of time. Like he does want to spend with the kids. Like he works so hard, but also
there's a lot.
when he comes home, like he is there. Like he wants to be there, and that is what I love most about him.
That's right.
Okay.
You're blessed.
Bless, bless for the best.
I'm proud of you guys as parents as well. So.
Thanks.
Seriously, it's hard. I mean, like we joke, we look at your guys' life and we're like, you need birth control.
You
Go to that household. And like,
Yeah.
to an extent, we're being truthful because
Right.
like we knew we didn't want
No, yeah, you see what you.
with at the time. Again, she was working,
Yeah.
dog. There's like if we had 3 kids under 5, like yeah, we'd be dead.
I think a lot of people feel that way, and we are just surviving. We are not thriving, but
But you're even go back a year
yeah,
from a year prior to now.
yeah.
You were in full blown survival to you're trending to survive.
I mean, they were all 3. Imagine changing 3 separate diapers.
No,
of
yeah, I don't
3
want.
different kids.
I can't, and I don't want to.
Yeah.
I won't.
That right. So space them out a little, or don't. Fine. Do what you got to do, and you're doing great at it too. Love you.
Thank you, love you.
I loved you first.
And I'm proud of you guys in my buck, right? And she did love me first. And Mama Clark, hopefully, like Joey said before, keep trending up.
I'm sorry. I love.
I'm trying to give a lot of my time, as you guys know. I hope you guys
He
build
gives-
something that you guys want.
She has no business. Just
no
this.
business.
Yeah,
Just
we're getting the hang of it, right? What's
Yeah.
this, episode
9.
9? So call it 9 weeks, maybe 10 weeks, so we skip one. We're getting the hang of it.
Yeah.
And it's becoming easier. And you guys,
And we could not do it without you. Behind the scenes, here he is. He's hotter than ever. I love him. That's a wrap. Until my husband comes on.
Joe,
Mikey,
what's up? Dad o'clock, baby.
we gonna change the podcast now? It's gonna be us
No.
talking and not them.
Are we off the clock or on the clock?
Don't know. You
Well,
decide.
Father's Day weekend, U.S. Open.
Well, before we fully get into this, for those who may not know, if they haven't listened to previous episodes, whenever Mike's my first cousin, my dad and his mom are brother and sister. We're pretty much brothers. We grew up next to each other. We do everything together.
Actual neighbors. I walked across the little grass and then I was there.
And literally would do anything for each other. So it was nice that our wives were able to find each other. And I know as we were growing up, Emily was the third wheel to me and Mike. It wasn't Mike was the third wheel to me and Emily. And so it was nice. It was nice that Mike was able to find someone that Emily was able to become so close with. So
we always joked I had to marry somebody that was either Emily's friend, tried that to an extent, or someone that she absolutely has to be very, very good friends with, and they have molded into best friends, which is great. So I just want to say, Joey and I were told yesterday that this was going to happen.
yesterday, I was told this morning.
This morning. Well,
Get ready. You're going on a podcast.
I'm the producer, so I guess I get a little bit more inside information. And then they definitely just told us that you and I were going to be sitting here across from each other, talking to each other, which,
Dangerous for them.
yeah, very dangerous. We could ruin this. But I was just given an iPad with questions that you and I have to ask each other. And I'm not sure if I'm going to ask it and you're going to answer, and then I'm also going to answer, but we're just going to
Free float.
We'll figure out the fuck. So first, 1, 2, 3, there's 5 questions here. So let's just fire away. What's the one thing you would warn other dads not to do in a delivery?
Yeah.
Interesting.
You had an interesting first delivery with COVID too.
Well,
Joey.
with COVID, she had a really rough
So
delivery. It was
seizure.
3.5 hours. He had
Yeah.
seizures and everything else. But I think the advice, it's not the advice I would give to new fathers or, new dads for their first child or any child for that matter. When you have the baby in a natural birth, because I can't, you can attest to C-sections because I can't.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
When the baby comes out, follow the baby and watch the baby.
Mhm.
Because for the first one, no one gave me that advice. You don't want to see what comes out next.
Yeah.
100%.
And I'll leave it at that. It's vulgar. It's not very fun. So watch the baby, follow the baby. And, in our scenario, our baby was unresponsive. And thankfully, you know, they were able to figure out what it was, and you know, he's doing great. But yeah, you don't want to see what comes next.
I will say, my first time around, I was in there because my wife had a C-section, but that wasn't the first plan. The plan was natural, and it was an attempt until the baby was kind of breached and some things were going on. But I was in there like with the phone, like recording it. I was like ready to go until the hospital was like, "You can't record." I was like, "Oh, really?" So, but you know, it was once it went from that to the C-section, that's a totally, especially emergency C-section, totally different ballgame. Totally different ballgame. I guess if I can give one piece of recommendation, if you're in that C-section room, just stay behind the curtain. Just stay behind the curtain. Don't watch anything that's actually going on behind the curtain, because what's actually going on behind the curtain, you just don't want to know. And to your point of follow your kid, so our kid came out so purple and dark. I didn't know that it was my son. I thought that, again, it was just a crazy moment. I wasn't 100% sure that there wasn't other like C-sections going on, like from another area where that baby was maybe being brought near us, you know, to get the baby like, you know, dressed in the towel and whatnot. And I did not know that Gio was our son until they were like, "So want to meet your son?" He's like, first off, he seemed really like big, like huge.
He was 9 pounds.
He came out 9 pounds. Like, Dom's 5 foot, I'm 5'6".
I was
Like,
gonna say 5 foot nothing.
5 foot nothing. So when they were like, "Is your kid?" I was like,
That's not my kid.
"Me?" And then I looked behind me, like, "Are you pointing at someone else?" Of course, it was our kid, but it was funny. But yeah, warning: just C-section stuff. Stay behind the curtain.
Both sides. Follow the kid.
Follow the kid. The other thing that they've written here for us. Okay, be honest. On a scale of 1 to holy shit, how freaked out were you watching it all go down? I think that sort of goes in with what we were just saying.
Yeah, I would say I wasn't.
You watched the full natural.
Well, so like I said before, she had a tough delivery. She was, you know, she was in labor for over 3.5 hours pushing.
Yeah.
And a portion of that, the doctor walked out. I actually was like there to receive the baby. You know, we were playing tug of war. It was so much so that the nurses, they were understaffed. They said, "Oh, wow, you're a great doula. Like you should do this for a living." And I was actually like in the mix of it, where like I was the quarterback ready to, you know, to take the handle.
That's funny.
So, I would say I wasn't. I was probably at a 0. You know, I'm very good in panic situations. I'm very good in staying calm and keeping her calm, in a sense where, you know, her and Dom are very similar in that sense, where if something is to go awry, they start to panic, where both of us are very even keel and able to process and, you know, and evaluate and execute.
Yeah. I think for me, when it was going down naturally, and because we got to a point, like I saw the top of Gio's head, like as she was trying to push naturally, I was ready to rock. Like there was no aspect about that was, you know, grossing me out or this or that. Like I was ready to see all. I didn't see the whole thing. It's possible that if I saw the whole thing, I would have been like, never again. But I was ready to rock that time around.
That was also because I gave you the advice. Follow the baby. Because if you saw it afterwards, you would never.
Once it went to the emergency C-section, and there was at one point where I did a little peek around that curtain. Yeah, never again. Stare at your wife. Talk to your wife. Keep her calm.
Hold her
nothing
hand.
else. Hold her hand. Just talk to her and let the doctors do
help with the breathing
behind the curtain. Yeah. What's the one thing you saw during birth that you could never unsee?
Well, I just said, we both just kind of said what it was.
We're going to skip that one. Did you actually watch the baby come out, or did you accidentally stare at the wall the whole time?
No, like I said, I was in catcher's position, ready to receive. So yeah, I was there. I was on the leg. I
asked the doctors, "Are you talking to me?" Looking back, how badass are our wives that they were able to do this and give us our perfect babies?
I mean, words can't describe the fact that she wanted to do this 3 times. I mean, after how
maybe 4.
There's not. After how traumatizing the first one was,
yeah,
you know, she wanted to jump right back in the saddle the minute she had Joey in her arms.
The first one was complications, COVID, just terrible. I remember I came to
St. Barnabas.
St. Barnabas. I remember coming to St. Barnabas just to talk to you outside, just to like comfort you for a couple minutes because I couldn't come in. You COVID. I'm just talking for 5 minutes.
It was definitely a weird situation.
In front of the front door of Barnabas just to be like, you okay? It was just what a shitty time to have a kid, you know.
But I mean, yeah, like I said, the fact that, you know, she wanted to do it again and again,
Yeah.
the toughness, the bravery, and being able to, you know, endure that is, and it got easier each time is what her doctor told her, but you never believe that. You know, it's every time isn't fun, and hopefully, I know Dawn had a difficult situation throughout her first time, and hopefully, as you guys continue to grow your family, that it does get easier and she doesn't have those complications, and
Yeah.
it's more seamless.
There's certain days in your life where you remember, like, you know, every second or every minute, and that day was definitely one that I remember all of it. I'm sure Dom only remembers some of it,
If any of it,
if any of it.
probably
Yeah,
blacked it all out.
and it was just, you know, again, it ended with us getting our son, which is amazing. But that day itself, like one of the worst days of my life, and I wasn't the one there going through all the craziness, but to be able to watch it from the outside, like I remember towards the end before it turned from the natural birth to the emergency C-section, she finally was able to like fall asleep for a little bit to just like relax before like the doctor came back in to try to push again. And I just remember just breaking down into tears. Like it was just me staring at her asleep, and I just was crying. And she woke up and I was crying. She's like, "What's wrong with you?" And I was like, honestly, like I just want this to be over for you. It was hard to watch.
Emotional roller coaster for you as
That
well.
2-3 hours prior was really hard to watch. Again, not saying it was hard on me.
No, but it shows how much you actually care for her, you love her, and you don't want to see her go through that.
It was really difficult. And then going into the C-section from there, it was just movie scene type shit. Like we're in this big, beautiful room. 8 nurses come in, pack up your shit. They're packing up our bag. We were packed for 2 days in that room. They're grabbing our shit, throwing it in our suitcases, cleaning our suitcases, putting everything, and then everything together was just wheeling down, the hospital to this room. And I was just so like, what the fuck is going on? Trying to like keep my cool to be able to relay to her, like, it's going to be okay, that we're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. The baby's coming. We had his name prior, like Gio's coming soon. And while simultaneously being like, what the fuck is going on? This is craziness. And then, yeah, thankfully it all, worked out when we got our little angel baby. So.
Yeah, I think just as we're talking and everything else, one other thing that pops in my head to like give advice for new parents or going for your first child, and as you go for your second, the first time you go to the hospital, and first time we went, it was COVID. It was a little different. You couldn't leave the hospital, but when you go to the hospital, less is more. Like the first time we went, I was carrying 17 bags, food, this, that, and everything, and
she still has her bags packed,
and she's waddling to the hospital, where every time after that, it was a little bit less. You don't need as much as you think you're going to when you're there, less is more. Enjoy the experience. And what we kind of adopted throughout, when it was COVID, like you said, we couldn't have anyone come to the hospital. And it was really nice, especially for the first one, after, all the complications and everything else, that we were able to spend that time.
Yeah, it's sort of a blessing
with our son.
Only to you guys.
Yeah.
Because you want your family to come and like meet and see, but at the same time, like, it's your first kid. Like, it's cool to be able to have that time where it's just the three of you.
We adopted that for all of our kids. We didn't let anyone come to the hospital and see our kids throughout the whole process of it. And, as we continued to have them between then Vienna and Rocco, it then became a vacation. It was our vacation away from the craziness and enjoying, because once you go back to the craziness, you really don't have the opportunity to spend that solo time. It's still to this day, Rocco kind of gets pushed to the side because the other two are such big personalities. They're such in your face. They command the attention.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So that's what I would say.
Well, her bags are still packed. So
who, Dom?
No, your wife.
it ain't happening. So she can get it out of her head.
Less is
Unless it's with you, it ain't happening.
less is more for the next one, right? Actually, you know what? Hospital wise didn't pack that much. The last 3 trips that we've taken in the last couple of months can't say the same. But hospital wasn't that bad.
Anytime we go anywhere, we have a Expedition XL. Whatever, the extra long, the huge trunk space. You literally can't fit anything else in the truck because she packs so much. Every little gadget, toy, seat.
3 kids, we got one, it's like, are we going to pay for 2 nights or 9 nights?
That's how it goes.
But it's all good at the end of the day. This was fun. Obviously, we kind of got thrown into the fire a little bit. Hopefully, we don't totally ruin the podcast, the views. Maybe we increase the views. Who knows?
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. And
we'll see. Maybe we'll be back. And maybe soon there'll be 4 of these, and then there'll be a group discussion where the 4 of us can kind of bust each other's chops.
Definitely. I mean, I definitely had fun being thrown into the mix. Like I said, I got told this morning, get dressed. She laid out my clothes because Dom was like,
you slept 2 hours. You come on the podcast.
Dom was like, you can't wear your typical outfit. Put your newest outfit you have on, because my wardrobe is typically Yankees and only Yankees.
Love you.
I love you. And like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate everything you do for these guys to hopefully grow their success, and to them, good luck, and hopefully you guys continue to grow and
cheers
and become famous.
Cheers.
Mine on him first.
Good job, boys.
Good job, baby.
So good, honey.
Honey.
We're back. Did you miss us?
Did you like our husbands more?
Definitely.
I mean,
They were so cute.
I want to rewatch it because
I was like, Joey was trying to talk about this. I was genuinely
I
listening.
can't wait to watch.
That was so, I mean, you don't ever get to hear your husbands talk in that manner.
Yeah, like when do you really get to hear your husbands talk about you?
Or
Start
talk in general.
or talk ever.
Ever.
That was
No,
the most
that was-
I've ever talked to me.
No, seriously. I was so invested. That was so good. We love our husbands.
We love them. We love them as dads.
We love us. We just love us.
Father's Day is tomorrow, or it was last week when you're listening. But to all the fathers out there,
Happy Father's Day. We love you so much.
everyone's still looking for their daddies. Keep looking.
Because you ain't going to find them. But seriously, Happy Father's Day. We love our dads out there. And
Yeah.
appreciate
And Mama Clock would not be Mama Clock without
Not the dad.
the dad.
Without daddy.
Without daddy.
All right. Well, anyway, like, follow, subscribe. Don't forget YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify is non-existent.
We're figuring it out.
Seriously, still figuring it out. But we love you guys so much. And thanks for listening.
And thanks for listening to our husband.
I hope you enjoy.
Bye.
Bye.